Janess, do me a favor and let's welcome back to our lead stage. You saw him moments ago. He is the president of Global Field Development. Put those hands together and make some noise for AK Khalil.
All right, thank you. So I am really excited for what you guys are about to hear because we have some incredible double diamonds that are gonna share their story of how they have journeyed through this incredible company, Janess. Are you guys ready to hear from our double diamonds? What you're gonna see is they are real, this is gonna be raw, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. So please help me give a warm welcome to Double Diamond Director Samson Lee. Woo! Woo! Double Diamond Director Yvonne Yen. Double Diamond Director Stephanie Nichols. And Double Diamond Director CC Weller. Let's give them a round of applause. Let's go. Woo! All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We are really excited because in Janess, everyone knows the stories, the success, the history, and we have 4 people here that have really been there since the very beginning. Now, before we get into all of that, let's really define what is the very beginning. Samson, we got to start with Samson. You've been in the company. You were one of the first 5 people to help launch Janess. And everybody sees you now and they say, wow, Samson Lee, Double Diamond, so much success. He must have it so easy, travels all over the world.
And doesn't even wear suit to business setting anymore. You don't need to.
That's
We all
right.
work from home now, okay?
Is this Friday casual, Samson?
Saturday.
Saturday casual?
But why don't you walk people through that story of when you first got started? I mean, was it always easy?
Well, of course not. Well, thanks for the question, AK, and it's an honor to be here to share. Was it easy? Well, nothing is easy. It's a process, but I think I was very fortunate. Before Janess started, we were talking about working with Janess. Kim Hui, Tina Hu, Robert Nan, me, Winnie Satandio. We're literally at Kim's kitchen table talking about, well, should we do this deal or not? With Randy and Wendy. We know what they can do, and at that time, let me tell you, in network marketing, I was still a very young baby. I had at that time, probably in network marketing, only about 3 years. But by that time, though, I had learned the basics of the business. But even if you know how to invite, how to present, how to overcome objections, how to promote events, it's still a process. So at that time, I guess one thing that is important when starting and not knowing how much you're going to make is that, if you don't have that confidence or if you don't have that faith, look for somebody who does. And that time, Kim Hui, of course, she already had, she's already a multi-million-dollar earner in the industry. She already know from beginning to end what can be the vision of what Janess can be. And that's how, and that was enough for me as I saw Kim help other people in a previous company become millionaires. It was just that I wasn't one of them. So I'm like, what did I do wrong?
Well, let me ask one quick follow-up before we move on. In the beginning, how much were you earning in the very beginning? Because everybody sees you right now and they're like, wow, Samson must be making so much money.
Well, how about this? Well, let's be very real, right?
Right, be
because
real.
Obviously, the income depends on your effort, right? Well, when I first started Janess, AK, I quit all my auction jobs that I had before. So I pretty much burned the bridge. Because I don't want it, and I was just going to get to it. I didn't want to miss my second chance to work with Kim to become a millionaire. You know, the first time I just watched it happen. So I just decided to burn my bridges and do full-time Jeunesse.
Wow, that's great.
And so first, of course, so how much do I need to live on? Literally, right? I made a list. How much I need to make every month to pay for rent, to pay for my Honda Accord, right? That I use somebody else's name to lease, right? Okay. And then how much insurance, gas, and food. That was my basic. And I had to make sure I made that.
And did you make that right away?
The first week.
First week, first month?
But that was the first week. I sponsored 20 people the first week. Well, you look. Thank you, but
Overachiever.
but here's the thing, though. You know, look. That was Kim just said, you know what? The first month I might have time to help you, because she's going to run a global business, right? We started with 5 countries right away. So I'm like, I got to hustle. I got to talk to people. And you cannot imagine how productive you can be in a day if you put your time and mind to it and have no distraction. So, but let me tell you, by my 5th week, if you talk about paycheck, and of course we can't make any income claim, right? But I will tell you, on my 5th week, I actually had a negative $320.
Double diamond, negative check.
Somebody cancel. So the next week, my check was $13. I think I beat yours, your lowest one.
I was 25.
Mine's 18.50.
Wow.
But that's the reality of the business. You know, when you got to work it, you got to work it. And I think when I look back, why was I not successful the first 3 years? I was focused on my auction business. I was just making a paycheck, literally paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. You know, a few $100 a week, $100 a week. But I was so tired of that, because that was not what I was making previous in the furniture business.
That's incredible. And I think, you know, from that, what I take away is, I mean, you had challenges, you had obstacles, but you burned the bridges, you went all in, and that was it. And the rest is history. I mean, 12 years later, you're an incredible success, and we're so lucky to have you. You know, Yvonne, with you, I mean, you got started a few months later, and I really love that I've been able to get to know all of you over the last 9 months that I've been with the company, and the stories are incredible. But you got started a few months later, but you didn't actually jump in for like a year. Why did it take you so long to get started?
Because I was dumb. I think for those of you who know my background, I used to be a financial advisor prior to Jeunesse, and Jeunesse is my very first network marketing company. I am a virgin in network marketing business.
You're forever spoiled.
So when I first introduced to this business, I thought, okay, out of the curiosities, and you know, they told me it's an e-commerce business. I said, I don't want to lose the chance. So it's like buying a lottery. I said, I don't want to miss the boat. But I did not really put my heart into learning in the beginning, because it was so new 12 years ago. So what really woke me up was about 6 months later, after I joined Jeunesse. That time, if you remember, it was 2010. There was a global recession. So in my financial planning business, my job is to meet with successful business people like Samson to get the money to invest, to do the planning. So I realized that back then, in the same city, at the same time, there are 2 different groups of individuals. The first group of individuals are my small business traditional clients. I feel it's getting harder and harder to get the money from them because they suffer from recession. But on the other hand, when I attend a Jeunesse meeting, a small business opportunity meeting, I realized how come this group of individuals, I saw sparks in their eyes. So I got the question mark. So that's the reason I say, you know what, maybe I should check it out, and I'm glad I did it.
So when you decided to, again, made the decision, did you jump all in right away when you made the decision to do it, or did it take some time?
It took me 6 months, but if you give me one more chance to do it over again, I would not wait for 6 months. Because that time I was running my financial planning business. I own 2 flower shops. I got 2 young kids. So I basically is a part-timer, or even worse than part-timer. So if I could know that Jeunesse would turn it out to be such a global giant e-commerce business, of course I would jump in right away. But it's never be too late.
One more question with that then. Because I think this is important for everybody listening, especially listening at home, when did you know? When you jumped in, when did you know this is going to work?
Well, I actually brought some gift for the audience today, which are some pictures I want to share with them before I answer your questions.
That would be great.
So is this showing the first slide? So when we first started, I mean, Samson remembered this. You know, there's no fancy website. There's no fancy packaging of the company. There's no fancy of anything. And the only thing we have is the belief, is we want to get this job done right. So we do whatever we can. You know, corporate was busy expanding, so we got almost zero support. You guys are so blessed compared to today's days. Such a beautiful setting, thanks to the corporate office. So the first picture you saw on the slide is an ugly, cheap, how you call this, pamphlet that would print out flip chart. We took it out from
In Texas, that's a flip chart.
Okay. Everything is big with Texas, but it was a small flip chart. So what we do is we call people. We meet with people at a coffee shop. There's no fancy office. I did not get to visit Jeunesse office until 10 years later. Because to us, our office is coffee shop, not Jeunesse Global. Our business, Jeunesse Global is the office for AK, for the corporate people, but not for us. I love Jeunesse, but our office is at a coffee shop. That is our working place. No boundary. Because we get paid by commission. We get paid based on our efforts. So we take this flip chart. That time, there was no iPad. So we flip the flip chart to talk to people. We talk to people to talk to people. So if you told me, Yvonne, 12 years later, there's no income claim, by talking to people with this ugly flip chart, you will get to make 8-digit income. No income claim based on the effort. I said you were nuts. But guess what? It really happened. So next slide, please. So I'm going to introduce you the first version of Luminous. It's not fancy, isn't it? The technology is there, it's beautiful product, it works, but it takes us to convince, to share, to translate the language to the client, to the friends. So this is the first version of Jeunesse, you know, the Luminous product. I have a friend who told me, Yvonne, are you sure this is a cutting-edge stem cell technology? It looked like the product I bought it from the street, from the night market. You know, I don't blend her. So this is the product that we have in our hands. But guess what? This brought us from $0 to billions. Woo! Next slide, please. I was cleaning garage, you know, so that's why I got all this picture. I dig it out from the box. So before I introduce you, I would like to go to the next slide first for a second. Before we can you move to the next slide? Okay. That time, remember, it was not an iPhone, iPad stage. So we have to use the application to take the enrollment because our cell phone was not fast enough. Later, I will introduce you my old cell phone later, just in a minute. So we have to take, this is my cell phone, thank you. My Spring cell phone.
BlackBerry.
Not a BlackBerry, but you can see my children were laughing at us. I said, who cares? It brought us to where we are today. So we work based on whatever we have. So go back to the previous slide, please. So this application, I remember after the end of the meeting, you remember at the ugly Quality Inn, Samson's job is to pass around the paper for us
The
to
closer.
enroll.
Pass out the application.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we pass out the application, and then we will bring the application, go home, enroll in front of the computers. Those are the days we work based on whatever we have. So previous slide, please. So I found this bag of application that I worked during the first few years. You know, because of the confidential information I cannot share with you, but this stack of information has those applications, sometimes paper napkins, Sometimes the no page, because when people want to enroll, okay, let me take down your information so I can enroll. So these paper bags, who would know, would change my life and change so many people's life.
Wow.
So back to your question, AK, did I know this would be big? I did not know. But I follow my heart. I just want to have that mentality. I want to get it done. I want to do a good job. If I choose to get involved, this is no nonsense. I want to be serious about it. I have no crystal ball. I don't know where we will be going. But I just get to work based on whatever we have. And I think that is called work ethic.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Yvonne. Thank you so much.
Great.
You know,
Remember this, right? Yeah.
you know, the stories are so incredible. And Stephanie, we've gotten a chance to share some stories and talk and laugh. And it's amazing how much time you've spent, especially with the founders as well, even in the very beginning, and how much access they gave all of you all the time. And right now, Jeunesse is known for our events. I mean, we have the diamond trips and the emerald trips and the sapphire things and all the things and places we go and travel and expos and leads. But in the very beginning, you were sharing some of the stories of the first meetings. And they're some of your most memorable events. Why don't you share with the audience some of those stories?
Well, I didn't know Randy and Wendy. And so I didn't know their success. I didn't know their history. I had no idea who they were. They could have carjacked me. I didn't know who they were. So nobody called me to sponsor me. I called my sponsor and said, what's going on? What you got happening? You know, what's happening? And so nobody even recruited me for Jeunesse. Can you believe that? Who wants to sponsor me today? Woo! I have to go with CC. So we just got on an airplane and we came down to Florida, and we came down for a couple days, ended up staying a month in Randy and Wendy's, one of their condos. And so they moved us in, took us to, I had some guy that works now in a high-level position at Jeunesse take me to the grocery store. That's how young this was. And I can remember Randy and Wendy were coming through Dallas. They were coming to meet the manufacturer or something. And I said, well, while you guys are here, why don't you just come by the house and we'll have a little meeting? So I had Randy and Wendy in my living room with 2 dogs in their laps on a couch talking about Jeunesse. Wow. And I think I had 75 or 76 people. And I called everybody I knew, neighbors, friends. I said, y'all got to come up and, you know, you're going to meet Randy and Wendy. And they had no idea they were coming over for a business opportunity. But I said, just come over. They were coming over for a party. But so they sat down, and Randy and Wendy just shared their hearts with everybody, and everybody got involved, and that was the start. And then we just started in, you know, we do meetings in, you know, just small living rooms and stuff, and so it wasn't anything big. And in the office we had was not the office that we have now. It was like a real small building that in the conference room held like 9 people, you know. So it wasn't, okay, we got 9 in now, shut the door. And so it was just, you know, but the thing is, almost 11 years later, they never changed. They're still the same people I met 11 years ago. And money just makes you more of what you already are. And they were great people to begin with. And they're still great people. And, yeah.
Amazing.
And I get emotional talking about them because they changed my life. They changed all of our lives sitting up here today. They're amazing people. And just, yeah, they, you know, I can't give them enough credit for what they've done for me and all of us. When we have an amazing opportunity, and, you know, this room should be 4,000, 5,000 people, you know. So it's our job to take it out there and get the 4,000 or 5,000 people in here.
You know, I think it says so much, especially for someone like me who I didn't experience all of the things that you guys did this entire time. I've only been here for 9 months, and to come here and hear all these stories, it really is remarkable. And I think what's more remarkable is, I tell people all the time, the most attractive thing we have at Jeunesse is the people that we have. We have, yes, great products, and we have a great opportunity, but it's our people that keep us together. And 12 years later, all of you are here at a LEAD, sitting on a couch, sharing with everyone else.
And look better.
And look better.
We got nicer clothes, cars, and jewelry, too. So, We make no income claims or guarantees.
Just to watch.
Just to watch. But it's such an incredible story, Stephanie.
Oh,
and
it's just amazing. These guys, what they've done for the industry, what they've done just for, people and people's lives is just amazing. And so, I just, people ask me what I talk about when I prospect people. I don't really talk about the opportunity. I don't really talk about, when I started, I didn't have any money. And so, I didn't have a story to share. It was just, all I talked about was Randy and Wendy and their vision of what we were going to do. And here we are. We've done it. And the best is yet to come.
that's awesome. Thank you so much. So, woo. So, Cece, you've had so many incredible experiences during this entire journey in Jeunesse. And I got a chance to meet you when we came out to California a few times, and you shared a lot of the past and everything that you've gone through and your team and how much you love really everyone that you work with. And for you, what was it in your business after all these years that really helped you to start creating that spark and that momentum in your business?
Appreciation and recognition. I really appreciate what Stephanie and Yvonne Sampson. I have this chance to be here to share with you. I feel this is an amazing company, amazing Wendy, Randy, Scott, Isabel, and provide this opportunity. I'm here so humble because, I didn't see this business in the beginning. My sponsor follow up 3 months, and I have my husband go to meeting. He said we won't join until we meet Kim Hui in the meeting. Actually, Samson also there. The first meeting, because this business is more meeting means more money. So we just follow. When we go to this meeting, we didn't plan to, but my husband saw this luminous picture, right? Also reserved 2 products. He told me, I changed my mind. I feel this is a ground for opportunity, probably. So that's why, because his wisdom, that's phase 1 at that time. As I remember, January 2010, after 4 months, Jeunesse. But today, his second time joint meeting is phase 2. Is that amazing?
Wow.
In phase 2, where are you, my dear, my husband? My 老公, where are you? I can't see. It's okay. Make some noise. So, yeah, he's with our guests. So that's why I always have appreciation for our team. I think because no one has to work with us, no one, until they see something. So my job is do something like what Wendy, Randy's caring for people, pass on the culture of the company. I think because everybody, I say that, the slogan is, all I need is love. So do you guys love me? Because I try to love everyone. That's all the success from, I think, because American idiom, my husband is my coach, okay? I was not a good student this morning. The idiom is, people don't care how much we know, right, Ivan? Until they know how much you care. So it's very famous verse in Bible also say, do unto others as you would have others do unto you. So I try to be humble to serve everyone in my life, but it's not easy. People are different. Some people follow you, some people know, right? But I always feel, because before Jeunesse, I already have calling to do love and peace. So I just feel hurt people. If people hurt me, I just feel have a lot of mercy. I feel, wow, he must be hurt, or she must be very hurt. That's why she hurt me. So this is very helpful. And I believe if in our team, everybody care about others, and we can see other people's potential. So our team becomes so big, I think, because we always accept and care and recognize and see the potential. I try to see everybody's potential because everybody's so unique. God created us so special. But Wendy, Randy is good example. You know, I see them, they always loving, kind. Randy is very humorous, and Scott Lewis works so hard, and you know, I really appreciate my sponsor, Helen Zhang, our double diamond. She followed up with me 3 months. Otherwise, I don't have today. And Tina, who triple diamond, she worked with me first day from first day, you know. But of course, I became full-time right away because actually I joined after Yvonne, but I started before Yvonne because I saw, wow, this platform has potential. I can serve people. That's only I see. Then I see Kim Hui's story. I say, wow, she can do it? Then I can follow the system.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's great, Cece.
Yeah, I'm a little probably different.
No, it's a great story, and I know from what I've seen from you, you're always about serving others and helping others, and that's incredible. And what a great message for everybody to hear. And this business is very special because the more you give, the more you help, the more you serve, the more you end up receiving, which is unlike other businesses. Now, if there's a question, Stephanie, you know, I'd like to ask you is, for the people watching right now, there's people here that are brand new prospects. There's people that are looking at this for the first time. There's people that have been in the business for a year or two, or maybe a little bit more. What's the one thing you could say to them about their business today?
Well, I think, first of all, you know, and I said this last night, you want to lead with your heart, not the hype. You know, there's enough real stuff here to get excited about that you don't need to hype it up. And I think that, you know, the opportunity right now, even though we've all been here a while, you know, these guys were so nice to me when I met them. They were so much more successful than I was, and you didn't have to be nice to me, but you were. Well, yeah, you got to be nice to me. But they were so nice, and being nice and kind is free, and it doesn't take a whole lot. So always be nice and kind to people. And you know, I do lead with humor. I like to have a good time. But you know, the opportunity today is better than it's ever been, and probably ever will be. Yeah. Well, we don't have that phone anymore, for number one. That's terrible. But you've got the technology, you've got the websites, you've got the online presence, you've got Share Jeunesse. I mean, we've almost got too many tools. You know, there's so many, you know, to go through. But we certainly have better marketing materials, and we certainly have a global presence, and we've got a story. You know, $1 billion story to tell, and we're the best kept secret in the United States and in North America. And so I think we've got, you know, and certainly a global opportunity, but a really, really great opportunity here in North America to take upon the foundation that's been built and build it even higher.
So we're going to do something right now that hopefully they can get prepared for, and maybe somebody can help us out here, is let's get the audience to ask a couple questions. Why don't we do that? We have a few minutes left here. And
nothing too personal.
Ask away. So maybe, Zarina, if you can help us out. Oh, there you are with the microphone. You're already prepared. So maybe, is there anyone that would like to ask a question? We could only take a couple. So let's see if there's any hands up that would like to ask something. We got one in the back over there. Now we're going to really put you guys on the hot seat.
You have this beautiful distributor from Miami. What is your question?
I have a question for Stephanie. If you were to start like now, what would you do different, knowing what you know? What would you do different? What would you tell yourself?
I'd have a different sponsor. I'm just kidding. I was just talking about this. It's funny you say that. I was just talking about this to Kevin and Saeed a minute ago. You know, looking back on it, you think, God, I would have done this different, or I would have done that, or I would have put that person over here, or I would have done this, or would have done that. But, you know, I think for me, I don't know that I would have done anything different. I mean, it took us 4.5, almost 5 years to get to Diamond. I never really thought of myself as going Diamond. I just wanted to make a consistent check, and by accident, hit Diamond. It wasn't about... You know, it was, you know, I just wanted a consistent check instead of up and down. You know, 1 week you're rich, next week you're eating ramen noodles. So it's like, I just wanted, like, you know, consistency, and it turned out. But, you know, I would say if for me, kind of like what you just said, I would have done things a lot faster. I would have moved faster. I would have gotten all in a little faster. And it took me going to, my father passed away and ended up taking my mom to the, was it Bangkok, Thailand? That we had that, yeah, we had the expo in the middle of a jungle somewhere. And it took forever to get out. It took me like 2 days to get over there. I was in economy. I was miserable. And I said, God, just let me get wealthy enough to be able to afford a ticket up there. And so I can lay down and never again, and knock on wood. I always used to walk up first class and go, what do these people do for a living to be able to afford this? And now people walk by me and go, what does she do for a living to be able to afford this? I'm like, Janess Global. So
let's see, a couple more questions with the time that we have. Right there in the middle.
So the moral of the story is hurry up. That's the moral.
All right, we've got another
Here we go.
question here.
I just want to ask, how can we find the people like Yvonne, like Samson, Stephanie, and Cece?
Yeah, go ahead, Yvonne.
Trust me, I have the same question as well. I think my two answer to all of you is, whatever you experience today, doesn't matter where you are, in case, just in case you want to be a diamond or ruby, but you are not there yet. Whatever the problem you experience at this moment, remember, you just need to find one right person. All your problems will go away. One right person. Remember the picture I showed you about the envelope with so many paper slips? The other second phase of the story is I went back, I go look at the papers. Do you know I don't recognize many of those names? I can't remember who they are. So some of them join, maybe just do the business for a few weeks. Some maybe just consumer, or maybe some just support me. But there were two names that I recognize, and they are still in the business today.
Wow.
And they are diamond and double diamonds. So the answer is, you don't know who they are. You just need to keep looking, keep flipping like the poker, like a card. There are 4A in the deck of 52 cards. Just keep going. Don't prejudge. If you think someone is good, if you recruit me in the beginning, you will have a lot of headache. I was not a good student. I was not a great distributor. I refused to attend the meetings.
Yeah.
But guess what? I turned out to be not bad.
Yeah.
So do not have the crystal ball and try to predict things. One thing you need to learn about the business is that a lot of things are unpredictable. The only thing you can predict and can have control is your mind and your behavior. That's it. So that's my response.
And I'll say something else too to that. Is that like you and like most of the diamonds at Janess, if you go through and each of them are double diamonds or whatever, they've never done this before. They're brand new to the industry. And I find that fascinating. That's why I tell you you're spoiled, because, I mean, there's no other companies out there that do what Janess does. We were talking about this last night.
That's right.
With the trips, I mean, people go on free trips, and they're not just, hey, come on, and, everything's done for you, everything's paid for. And what they do and how they treat us is amazing. And I'm talking about the brand new person all the way up to the triple, Kumba, crown, whatever. And so it's amazing that how many new people are having success with Janess.
It really is an incredible story, and just hopefully everyone here is able to see that all of you were able to do so much more with so little in the beginning, and still look at where we are, and you're all still here, and so many other people are still here after all that time, and it's been an incredible journey. So any more questions?
Can I answer her?
Sure, of course.
So I hope it can help you, okay? I think it's most important is not about others. It's about you, how you look at other people. Because I see everybody is possible in this industry. Because this business is not about our own effort. It's teamwork make your dream work. So most important, I think, need to change our own mindset. You have to trust. Actually, for four of us, maybe in the beginning, we didn't see so many examples. But now, so many examples are successful. And the Janess provide a very, very sophisticated system and the headquarter, the executive, all the system help you. And that's why I'm thinking, if you appreciate how much you appreciate this platform, how much you will see. And how much you appreciate people, how much you will see their potential. So I think everybody is possible as long as you have enough number. So this is the number game, okay? Everybody is possible. Is that helpful?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Serena,
Yes.
couple more questions and then
Yes, Aida Blanco, she asked in Spanish, so I'm going to translate. She says that she knows how to talk to the people she knows, what we call the hot, market. But she wants to know, what do you guys do to talk about the Jeunesse business to people that are complete strangers to you?
Well, for me,
yeah.
I don't do that. Because through hundreds and thousands of people, from my own experience in the industry, I guess I've been in the industry for about 15, 16 years. It's always your closest contact. It's always about asking referral. It's always asking people that you know, because it's about trust. I think that it's called network marketing because you're marketing to people in your network. And I don't poo-poo against cold market. It's just that I find my time is more valuable in the people that I have trust in and trust with. They know me, they know my face, they know my name. What I would say is that, the rule is, for me personally, is that you gotta have trust and establish trust. Doesn't matter if you know them or don't know them. So, I'm not saying don't do co-market, but if I can sponsor 20 out of 100 fast, it's better than sponsoring 20 out of 1,000 and having to spend maybe 10 times the amount of time doing that because they don't know you, right?
Yeah.
So I invested myself in learning how to do the business through my warm market. And there is something we call in the industry taproot. It's like a tree with the roots. You want to ask for referral, all the way down to the bottom. So if you learn to do that, then you will never run out of warm market or lukewarm market.
That's a great point, is ask for referrals. And not enough people do that on a consistent basis. That's a great point, Samson. Anyone else want to touch on that?
Yeah, I can answer. This is a very good question. And I feel it's no such cold market because you have to be warm first. I agree, Samson, because, but our warm market is very limited. The biggest market is cold market. I have an Emerald director, Linda Go. She's the expert here. She's here. She's the expert for cold market. And I have few leaders. They are most biggest teams from cold market. So I think the cold market, as long as we have kindness to people and we make friends first, but not if they're only cold, they won't join you. Okay, I have few friends. They are cold market. One guy from actual airplane, and I met him in the business class. Okay, at that time I think Ruby or Emerald, I forgot. I fly to Malaysia, and on the airplane we just know. But after we arrive, right away, I invite my Emerald director from Malaysia, Alice Tan. Then right away, ABC. I leverage ABC, advisor, bridge, and client. So I become a bridge. Even I'm the leader of Alice, but she become my leader at that day. So right away, I sign up him. Because he already have, I think he already accepted me for future friend. That's why I think this business, you can transform from cold market to warm market first. Then you do everything same. That's easy, very easy. If you think it's easy, it is easy, okay?
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, with the time we have about 1 minute left. If each of you could just maybe take 20 seconds and just give some closing thoughts before we sign off here.
I would say is, we're at LEAD, so to be a leader, have a vision and always grow your vision of where you want to be through this business. So that if you focus on that, everything else is a distraction. you know? So focus on getting to your vision, the idea, the image of how you want to live, what you want to get out of this business. And, you know, don't waste time. Always ask the question, whatever you do, is it going to serve me or not serve me? And then keep moving forward.
Great, Yvonne.
I think sometimes people look out for outside things too much and ignore the power of what's inside. Look at all of you. I think all of you here at the LEAD meeting in person, you should give yourself a round of applause. Because you choose to be here despite the fact that there are so many noise out there. So yourself is powerful. Do not care about what other people comment about you or your business, because it's your life, it's your destiny. So do not underestimate the power coming from your heart.
That's great.
Absolutely. Well, and I'll keep mine brief. You're one person away from changing your car. You're two people away from changing your zip code. All right? And so it's finding those two. And so it's like Cece said, it's a numbers game. So, you know, just don't give up on your dreams and don't let anybody steal them from you. And just keep going. You know, I've been called crazy a lot. I probably am. But, you know, you call me crazy now, but...
Crazy people make crazy money.
That's exactly right. And so y'all can go ahead and get crazy with me. But, and have fun. Don't forget to have fun while you're doing it.
Cece?
Wonderful. Yeah, I feel today is a lead event, right? I think especially everybody, you guys, amazing leaders, because in this pandemic, I think we all need to become light. Lead, L, right? E, become empower others, encourage, you know, be example, okay? Then A is attitude, because attitude determines your attitude. Is that good English?
That's good.
D is develop others. So you become true leader in this industry. You can transform other people's life if you follow this light, example, attitude, and develop others.
Great.
Love you all.
Well, let's give a big round of applause for our double diamond, Samson, Yvonne, Stephanie, and Cece.
Have a great afternoon.
Woo!
Love you all. God bless.
Great job. Great job. Great job. Great job. Great job.